Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Libra June 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as June goes, Venus will be in Gemini from the 9th until the 30th. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could be about valuing versatility, variety, dexterity, inquisitiveness, perhaps in dealings, in matters with your in-laws, your grandchildren, even if applicable. This could be about putting money into a Gemini higher education matter. It could be something connected with communication, such as data or satellite communication, something with dexterity, such as learning auto refrigeration mechanics. This could also be about maybe having a superficial love, perhaps someone you meet in a foreign country, traveling abroad, and you might, if you're unattached at this time, Libra, you might connect with the Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Gemini characteristics. It could be at a religious congregation, at a college, university, somebody you meet through traveling abroad, perhaps so. Anyway, well, the next thing up is Mars will be in Cancer, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, this could be about perhaps injecting a lot of tenacious energy into one's career. It could be into other 10th house matters, such as attaining success or a position of authority. You might find yourself at this time becoming perhaps angry at a overly temperamental, moody, clingy, oversensitive, protective, dominant parent, which is often the father, a position of person in authority, perhaps someone prominent in your career. And also this could manifest in some cases about taking action in connection with safety and security, whether it might be involving your reputation, your public image, perhaps maybe it could be matters with your career at this time, and maybe even matters with the dominant parent, which is often the father. Now, this could also be about confrontations with family over your career or your stature in life, your standing in the community. If you're unattached at this time, Libra, you might connect with a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Cancerian traits. It could be with a sexual liaison. That might be somebody that might be, again, prominent in one's career. It could be somebody that might play a role in your public image, your reputation, attaining success or a position of authority, and helping you with your stature in life, perhaps. So anyway, and this is also really the next thing up. Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the 3rd house will be emphasized and highlighted. As I've talked about in previous videos, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It's strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In a lot of cases, this can enlarge and expand rather foolhardy, self-righteous, over-optimistic, even reckless behavior, perhaps with siblings, with cousins, neighbors, maybe in your dealings with them. This could also be very fortuitous, perhaps through perhaps traveling abroad with 3rd house people, or maybe even publishing, maybe with somebody in your neighborhood. Perhaps it could be also could be publishing perhaps a sports related subject, or anything Sagittarius related. Now, also too, this could in some cases expand jocular and jovial communications with 3rd house people. It could also be about hope and optimism through religious communications as well, and perhaps some luck through sports writing or anything else that could be Sagittarius related, such as something with religion or advertising, or something connected with traveling abroad, foreign countries, translation. And also maybe it's about really about at this time where you're more this could be something too where you're very could be about very exuberant short journeys at this time as well at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is we're going to look at Saturn will still be in Capricorn, so the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could be about perhaps dealing with restrictions and limitations, perhaps in your home, your family life. You might be taking care of a debilitated or sickly family member, or it could be the less dominant parent, which is often the mother, or someone you're close to home with. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints, maybe making you feel somewhat despondent or melancholy. This could also be about gaining structure and discipline in your home and your family life. And also too, this could be about taking a lot of responsibility toward a lot of premeditation toward that end or latter part of life. And older people might be figuring more prominently at this time in your home, in your family life, and also about having really foundations that might be Saturn related. It might be connected with structure and discipline. And really, and older people might figure more prominently in your emotional security, more so than usual at this time. You might be feeling somewhat dejected at who you are at the core, or maybe and also anyway. The next thing up is Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, in some cases, this could be about maybe having some kind of unusual or unanticipated throat or neck surgery, or it could be something Uranus related, such as something with the ankles or the shins. This could be about making some major transformation in connection with astrology, or the internet may be helping you in this. Or something that could be Uranus related. You might be dealing with a lot of unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from a sexual partner or someone you're in an intimate relationship with. This could also be about, this could manifest in where your moral and emotional monetary support you may receive may be somewhat sporadic and erratic at this time. In Taurus friendships, they could be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply one that embodied Taurus traits, might figure more prominently in some cases in making a major change or transformation, maybe in some kind of moral, emotional, monetary support, or perhaps even crisis situations as well. And a lot of this, whether they're actually beneficial or to your detriment, a lot of this could be predicated and dependent on aspects this makes to points in your chart. If it makes a positive aspect to, say, sextile trying to Jupiter, they could actually be it would be likely to be more beneficial. An adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might be causing some kind of loss or sorrow or despondency, and maybe adding to some kind of crisis situation, or maybe actually as far as more monetary support, it might actually be going the other way, and you might actually be having to help them out, and you might be experiencing some loss because of it. So anyway, well, and also too, it could be something about leaving a Uranus type legacy, such as maybe being humanitarian or innovative, nonconformist, something that could be Uranus related, or an unanticipated inheritance might come into play at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, this could be about some cases the dissipation or dissolving of one's health. It could be some health matters that might be somewhat enigmatic or very nebulous or unclear, or something related to drugs or alcohol or inadvertent chemical assimilation. It could be, from an example, could even be a chemical spill at work, which might cause some injuries, and especially, say, if this makes an adverse aspect to your natal Mars in your chart at the time. Another thing is that people in your daily routine might be more nebulous and unclear than usual, and it may be that you might be dealing with more confusion and chaos in that daily routine. This could also be about the disappearance of a pet in some cases, maybe somebody at your place of employment, anything 6th house related. But on a positive note, This could manifest in some cases in doing something Neptune related as far as your work and employment goes, such as something with poetry, dancing, the metaphysical, astrology, chemistry, photography. Some cases though too, I mean, Neptune can be about more lethargic energy. It's more about relaxing, daydreaming, fantasizing. So especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal sun, Mars, or Ascendant, you might feel more like daydreaming and fantasizing more as opposed to actually working or doing something health related, such as working out vigorously, doing something to improve your health. You might be more thinking about doing these things than actually taking action and doing something about it. So anyway, hold on a moment, people. Last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the 4th house is what we emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, in some cases, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. It could be about the literal death of someone you're close to home with. It could be home or family member, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. You might be dealing with more upheavals and power struggles on the home front, but also this can manifest perhaps digging deep into your roots, your traditions, your ancestry, and even who you are at the core. Perhaps avoid overly domineering, manipulative, obsessive behavior with home and family members at this time. It could be a time where you might destroy or obliterate certain foundations and maybe begin start new ones, perhaps, or even traditions in some cases. And this could be also about gaining power and control for that end or latter part of life at this time. Your home life may be a little bit more turbulent than usual. Also, I see Pluto being connected with stalkers, so just be careful at this time as far as what you might see as maybe stalkers maybe being around your home at this time, especially if you're in a dangerous neighborhood. So it might be impacting your emotional security very strongly as well. Anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Libra June 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Scorpio June 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you. Make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.